welcome to the Nerd Age Podcast. This is a show where we talk about everything nerdy. My name is Jonah, and I am joined by Corey.
Yeah, what's up?
Josh.
What's up?
And Mick.
Hello.
We're all back together once again this week. We got some trailers to talk about. We're just going to jump right into some trailers. Go ahead, hit it, Josh.
In a world where people talk about trailers, it's time for trailer talk.
So, trailer talk, here we go again. We've talked about this before. Trash or blast?
He's locked in on
This
that.
is what we're doing.
Yeah,
This is what we're doing.
right.
Hey, the fans are loving it. Trash or blast?
It's blasted away.
Blasted.
Yeah.
Wait.
Blast off.
Like you want to blast the trailer away?
I don't know.
No, like it's a blast.
The
Like this
trailer
looks like
blasts you
this looks
away.
like a blast. I'm excited for this trailer.
Oh, yeah,
we're gonna start with Furiosa, Mad Max.
Yeah.
This is a prequel to the Tom Hardy Mad Max. Mick, I know you're a big fan of the Mad Max.
Yeah.
At least the last one. I don't know if you're a big fan of the Mel Gibson one.
Never seen the other ones.
But I know you are a big fan of the last one.
Was
Fury Road.
amazing.
So what do you think of this trailer? We'll let you start.
I actually didn't know that it was going to be a prequel movie, so I was expecting to see Charlize Theron again, but
Yeah.
it's not that disappointing. I thought. I mean, it looked. It looks just exactly how Fury Road does. It has the same color grading on it, the same fun, just camera movements. Obviously, the stunts look like they're really done. The cars and everything. It just looks like a good film. How Fury Road did, and I mean, I didn't even know that was Chris Hemsworth. He just looked completely different. He's using his Australian accent for once in a movie. I don't think I've ever heard that. So that's exciting. But yeah, it just the direction of the movie it looks like it's supposed to be with the Mad Max movie.
How old is George Miller?
100 and
He's got to be like 80 something, right?
He's
like
probably in
old.
his 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy that he's. I mean, going back to his Mad Max. I thought the Charlize Theron, because I'd heard about it and I was like, oh, it's a prequel. It's not her. I think Anya Taylor-Joy looks like close enough to her. Like she has that look.
Yeah, something about her acting it feels like it fits.
Bro.
What do you mean?
I mean, female. She definitely looks like a female.
Robot arm.
Yeah, I mean,
a robot arm really sells
totally. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you look at a character and like, I don't buy that that's the same character.
Yeah, I guess
she looks like the character.
Well, and
to me,
she just seems like an actress that is like she's picked well for this role.
Yes.
She's done like weird, kind of quirky things before, so this seems like completely within her wheelhouse to do. So I'm really excited for it.
Is this a blast for you?
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's a blast. Yeah. I'm going to have a blast with this trailer and the movie.
Corey, what do you think?
I mean, I'm like not the biggest fan of Mad Max, so maybe I'm just not qualified to talk about it. But
we're all qualified.
It looked okay.
You have an opinion? You're qualified.
It looked okay, but unfortunately, we don't have a middle ground. Like, it's
a mid.
Yeah, there's no mid, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, how do you pass on? Is it pass?
Trash.
Oh, trash.
Come on,
Gosh,
guys. How hard is this?
Which one?
No one says this. You made this up.
Trash is good.
We need
Trash is
the
good.
rules laid out
The
for us.
blast. Not a fan. Not a fan.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
A blast of the
trash.
movies.
It's a blast at the movies.
Just based on the trailer, I'm sorry, Mick. I'm gonna say trash.
Whoa.
Okay.
Nice.
Just
What about
because-
you, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh no, just because what? Finish.
Well, I don't get the same amount of joy out of the Mad Max movies. They feel super goofy, and I have a hard time even enjoying them. I enjoy the action parts of them, but man, when I see these actors, they're just so goofy. It's like, I don't know. It just doesn't resonate with me.
Oh.
I guess that's all.
That's fair. I mean, they're definitely out there with their characters.
They're super hyper, 200-300% versions of the characters. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Josh?
I don't really care about. I don't even think I've seen the old Mad Max movies. Maybe like a long time ago. So it's not like I'm tied to like the Mad Max franchise. Mad Max Fury Road is really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I think I probably watched it in theaters, watched it again, and then watched it when the Chrome version came out, the black and white.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoy this movie, and I wasn't excited like, oh, Furiosa movie, okay, like, well, why don't we just get more Mad Max stories? But this trailer got me excited. I'm not gonna lie. There's just something about I think the style that it's done in, and the world that it's set in that is like intriguing and it's just. I think there's plenty of scenes in it that I was like, oh, that looks like a really cool set piece, or that looks like a really cool action scene. And yeah, same thing. It took me a second to realize like that was Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't until the end where I was like, wait, that was Chris Hemsworth. Okay. He looks sweet in his like chariot. Mm-hmm. See, that's the. Yeah, see, that's the thing. The Mad Max Fury Road had the guitar player that was shooting flames.
That's what I was gonna say, dude.
And it's like super out there, and I'm like,
it doesn't make sense.
I'm like, that's crazy, but I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Like they're fully in on it. You know what I mean? Like they're just like bought into this. Like these guys are crazy people that have these like weird, I guess, gimmicks you want to call them, or however they worship car engines basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say it's a blast.
Nice.
I got pretty excited. I thought just the trailer looked cool, how the letters were coming.
Yeah.
And it was like they were moving forward, and then it's like giving the other stuff.
I thought that was interesting about the trailer, how it opened with kind of like the story, basically a little story element to let you know what
like
you're about to watch.
Yeah.
You'd think that would happen at the beginning of the movie, and they put that right at the trailer. I thought that was. It's been a while since that movie came out, so I think it's a good refresher for people.
9 years.
I know, it's crazy.
So I agree with you guys. I think this was a blast. Fury Road for me, I enjoyed it. I'm not a huge fan, so I liked it. I had a hard time with some of the camera stuff that was done when it was sped up.
I actually don't really like that.
That's definitely a style.
That to me was like, I didn't like that. Like there's a spot, especially when he's like running away at the beginning and he's like kind of in the caves. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's like trying to get out, and like then you see the guys and they're like running, and I was like, that kind of stuff I'm not a big fan of, but I like the aesthetic of it. I think Junkie XL's score is really good. I really like Tom Hardy as Mad Max, and Furiosa. I thought her character was cool. So yeah, I think this is a blast. Sorry, Corey. 3 blasts, 1 trash. Give us the blast.
Oh, what a blast!
Oh, nice. Got the wall.
3 out of 4, by the way. Not unanimous.
Now, the next one, let's talk about Fallout. We got a trailer for the Fallout. Is it Amazon Prime series? Corey, we're going to go with you first. What did you think of the Fallout trailer? Do you like the games? Have you played the games? Just give us your general thoughts on the Fallout trailer.
Yeah, I think that, any of these Bethesda games are going to do well, I think, because they are so story driven. This game, though, particularly, it's a open world game. So think more like Skyrim and stuff like that. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. And so there are different towns and little like pit stops, and they all have their own little mini arcs and stuff like that. And so I think there's a lot of potential to craft whatever story they want to craft. And so they're going to have the freedom, but they're going to have all the source material to pull from. So I actually think this has a lot of potential to be good. Just like I think a Skyrim one would do really well too. The story's there. It's not like, what was the last one we just watched? Zombies.
Last of Us.
Last of Us was like paint by numbers. Like, here's a story. It was almost like a visual novel the way the game was. Like that's just you play the story.
Yeah.
This one, it's not like that. I mean, there is an overarching story, yes, but it's way more freeform, and so interested to see how it comes out. But I think that there's potential for this to be actually quite good. But yeah, I played New Vegas and I played Fallout 4, so they're fun games, really fun, and the amount of shots, people killing each other in just the preview trailer, accurate. And the dog like ripping things apart, accurate as well. So blast for me.
Nice.
Pew pew pew.
Josh, what do you think?
I thought it looked good. I don't think I've ever played a full Fallout game. I started maybe Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. I can't remember.
3.
And then I came out of the vault and I was like, man, there's a lot to do.
Well, you played it. Well, the reason I say 3 because we had it at the house.
Yeah.
And I remember playing it, and I did the same thing. We got out of the vault, and then I kept breaking the things, when I tried to
the lock picking. Yeah.
And I got frustrated, and then was getting headaches, and I decided not to play.
Oh, when lockpicks break, it's annoying, but when weapons break in Zelda, that's not annoying. Get out of here.
But I mean, I'm vaguely aware of what the story, like overarching story is.
Yeah.
I think they said they're not following like a specific story from the game, so they're like, which is smart. Like Corey was saying, it's an open world game, so you're set in there. You have these cues that tell you you're in the Fallout universe. But I thought it looked good.
I will say real quick, I wonder what you think about the actual actors and like how they're portrayed, like the different characters. There was a lot of different characters. There's a lot of vault guys, and I was like, interesting. But what do you think about the characters that were kind of shown?
I thought they looked good. I know people were complaining that what's the guy's name? The ghoul. I can't remember what the actor's name is. They were like, oh, he doesn't look like a ghoul, but they were saying like
it's Walton Goggins.
Yeah, Walton Goggins. They were complaining that he didn't look more ghoulish.
Right.
But people, creators were
missing his nose.
But creators were like, we got to do you got to let the actor still act with prosthetics, and like they tried to find the perfect balance.
It'd be tough.
Well, the thing that just to jump in real quick on complaints, the other complaint I saw that to me was just kind of just people just complaining for the sake of it. But there's the guy poop mouth
Chris Parnell.
He's playing the Cyclops, and they're like in a vault. If they're in a vault, they would have had no like radiation or anything. So the fact that there's a Cyclops in a vault makes no sense. I was like, well, okay,
you don't know
what the context is.
Yeah, he might have had a leak.
Yeah, so it's just, to me that kind of stuff where people are already like complaining about those little things. I'm like, just wait till the show comes out.
Yeah,
but it's interesting.
I thought that I can't remember what they called the guys in the armor, basically.
Yeah, power suits.
Yeah, they look sweet. They looked really cool.
Really good.
So yeah, I think aesthetically it looks cool. I do think it'll have that kind of like Fallout irreverent humor a little bit. The one thing that does kind of make me a little nervous is the boys reference.
The directors.
The studio.
It's the studio who did the boys.
I know they're just saying that to draw in the audience. Mm-hmm. So I hope that it's not
crude
like
is it going to be?
Super crude.
How nasty.
I did like the joke that was like, in the studio that brought you 2-day shipping.
Yeah, that was
pretty. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
So yeah,
I hope it's more like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope
it's like that.
I'm okay if it's over the top violence and that kind of stuff.
Yes,
that's fine.
Yeah.
But when the boys, the reason I don't watch the boys, not that I can't, but I don't like it, is because
Borderline can't.
How crude it is, and so if this goes to that point where it's just like crude humor, just kind of over the top, gross kind of stuff, then I hope it doesn't go that way.
Yeah, I think could be a big make or break, because they're gonna probably be looking at the success of the boys, and you can kind of make a decent guess on like, well, hey, the audience liked it, didn't they?
I think.
But is that humor in the Fallout series, like the over the top crude stuff?
Not like
in the
boys level.
Okay.
It's more like post apocalyptic. Like there is some crudeness to it,
right?
But it's more like out of desperation and stuff like that. And like there was more like, oh, this guy was doing really bad things. Here are the bad things he was doing. Go make things right. That kind of
it's
stuff.
Like the Book of Eli, where the
Book of Eli,
guys are eating
Red Dead Redemption, like kind of stuff.
Yes,
that realistic version of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to ask, because I've, like I said, only played a bit of Fallout 3. Don't know much of the story, but I seem to remember, I don't know if this is the case, her vault was like 77 or something like that. Wasn't there a game that like came out that was Vault 77 or something like that people hated?
Was it Fallout 76?
Oh, 76.
Yeah, that was the multiplayer game.
Oh, okay. Because I saw
like
that and I was wondering, is that the one that everyone hated? Okay,
No.
that clears that up.
Mick, did you ever play Fallout?
I never did.
Okay.
I saw my brother. He's huge into the Fallout series, but I never really got into it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, just visually from the trailer, I'm looking at pictures of it now. But yeah, like the suits are just, they look really, really cool, and they look practical also, which is pretty awesome. But
Yeah, the aesthetic of the game in general is really cool. Like I always liked that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Where it's like kind of junkyard, like salvage.
Even
and
Western though.
Western though. Yeah.
Well, and they have it's a guy from Westworld, right? That's doing it.
Oh,
I thought that's what they said.
Oh, Jonathan Nolan. Ever heard of him?
But yeah, the other shot I really liked was at the end where all the nukes are going
Yeah,
off.
that
Like
was
that was
cool.
a really cool shot, and the music paired with that
cool.
was really interesting. So I thought, I mean, it's a blast for me. Josh, a blast for you.
Yeah, it's a blasphemy.
Mick, is it a blast for you?
yeah, I'd say blast. I mean, I've never really played the games, but you know, I always root for a video game adaptation.
yeah.
Because I want them to do well. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Blast for me.
Blast it off.
Oh, what a blast!
Next one,
Dang.
we're gonna go to Godzilla X Kong,
What's it called?
New Empire.
New Empire,
Yeah, that's right.
Empire State of Mind. Josh,
A lot of Godzillas.
we watched a Godzilla movie last night,
We did.
but it wasn't that
It was
one.
not this one.
What do you think of the trailer for Godzilla X Kong?
Hey guys, Godzilla vs. Kong was one of the first movies we reviewed on this show. I don't know if you
Really?
guys remember.
I didn't know that. Wait,
Yeah.
what? Really?
Yeah, it was like it was.
I thought we started with Zack Snyder.
We started Zack Snyder,
Yeah.
and then I think Kong was the next, or it was either that or Mortal Kombat, because everything was coming out on
that's
streaming.
Yeah, we had positive outlooks back then.
Yeah, it's good times.
I remember being like, yo, it was pretty good.
So the trailer.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I gotta get rid of all my baggage that I have with Kong and Godzilla movies.
Okay.
Because I've been on the record before. I love monsters.
Right.
Giant monsters blowing up stuff.
Sure.
I'm a fan.
Who doesn't?
I'm not a fan of the people in those movies.
Okay.
Yes.
What?
worst part.
Oh, I thought you said which part. I need specifics.
The greatest, greatest people in any of the Kong Godzilla movies is John C. Reilly when he comes home
gosh,
and they
dude.
do that thing at the end.
That's
That's the
terrible
craziest.
Joke, dude. I can't
That was
believe
weird,
that.
man.
I can't believe they did that. They were
weird,
serious
bro.
about
If
that.
you've never
So
seen that,
heartfelt.
look it up on YouTube.
Dude, look that up. That
It's-
is wild. That someone said, yeah, I'm going to sign off on that.
They needed more producers on
I
that.
wonder if someone did sign off. Like, or if just
I
They
mean,
had to.
what it should have been is him coming home, and then when he opens the door, it's actually Will Ferrell as
Yeah,
his son.
that's what it would have been more
did we just
appropriate.
become best friends?
That's what it felt like. It felt like this was Step Brothers. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the trailer. Back to the trailer.
Sorry.
I thought it looks cool. It looks like Kong's got some type of Thanos gauntlet. That's cool. Godzilla's got like purplish pink
Purple Rain.
power now.
Yeah.
That's cool. There's another orangutan looking bad guy. He's got like a cool like vertebrae bone.
His name
belts.
is Ginger Kong
Is his name Ginger Kong?
because he's red. Yeah.
Okay. He looked cool. And
Go on,
yeah,
bro.
you know,
What else?
listen, as much as I love a good month, like when they were running together, I was like, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Stop
Yeah,
it.
dude.
I mean,
when they were running, I was like, all right, we're teaming up, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
But unfortunately, like all the extra stuff of like, we need Kong. He can't do this on his own. Who are we going to get? You're like,
Godzilla.
well, he can't fight another Kong? Like he needs Godzilla
I'm waiting.
to nuke him?
I'm waiting for the moment where they're like, we need to find someone out. And then it immediately goes, and Godzuki. And Godzuki shows up. Exactly. That would have meant.
Once
That's what we
Godzilla shows
need.
up, then we're talking. I mean,
Exactly.
we had a baby Kong in there in this one or whatever, a little guy.
That shout is so old school. Like I started thinking about that. It's actually, that dates us a lot. Actually,
Godzuki, baby.
Godzuki.
Yeah. Hey, if you know who Godzuki is,
shout out.
that's
Shout
right.
out, baby.
Let us know.
Guys. Dang.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say trash. You know, there's no if if we had more options, it would be middle ground.
Yep.
But unfortunately, it's winner
one or
takes
the
all
other.
here. So I gotta say trash.
Mick,
Man.
Yeah. Why is there so much Godzilla stuff coming out now?
I know.
Because
weird.
there's the Japanese movie,
which was
The
awesome.
Monarch show. On
the
Apple.
show,
Yeah. That's
and now this other one, and they're not connected. None of them are connected.
Monarch is
The Monarch one is connected. It takes place before this movie and the other ones that have come out. So it's a show that takes place before all the crazy Godzilla versus
That's a
Kong
good
stuff
question.
happened.
Does Godzilla do well internationally or something? I feel like it's so weird. Like,
Have these newer iterations been successful in the box office?
Ooh, I don't know what they are.
That's what I'm
Global,
saying.
global
so.
box office.
Because I feel like
Like-
maybe I'm wrong or misremembering, but I feel like they don't do well.
I think the first one did
The 2015 one,
the Gareth Edwards.
Yes.
one.
yeah.
those ones did okay, and then they're like, let's make a Godzilla
How
universe
many-
with Donkey Kong.
How-
Donkey Kong. There we go.
now
That's
we're
the
talking.
crossover we need.
and then Godzilla can come in.
Maybe that's who's showing up. They're like, he can't do this on his own. He needs Donkey Kong.
But I think then they were like, hey, let's like the same thing they did with let's do the monster universe, and that
How many of these have there been?
The
Because
first
I've lost
first
count.
Godzilla one, then the King Kong, then Godzilla versus Kong. So there's just been 3.
yeah.
And then this is
I
the
thought there
4th.
was another Godzilla one in there.
No.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I don't know if that's right.
Bro, there's a lot of Godzilla.
I think there's another Godzilla in there.
I don't think
I
so.
think you're forgetting one.
I don't think so.
No, because then
It was the Gareth Edwards one was the reboot, quote unquote.
and
And
then
then they fought
How
it up.
far back do you guys want to
No,
go?
there was another one because it had the bunch of heads and all. Yeah,
that was
another
that was
one.
the Godzilla versus
No. That was a separate one.
No, where he fought what's his name? Ghidorah? And all the other monsters, that was Godzilla versus Kong.
No.
Yeah, they crammed them all in it.
Yes, because
And
it
he
was
fought
Godzilla.
Mothra.
No.
Yeah, he fought.
No.
They fought
Corey's got it right now.
What is it,
There's
Corey?
a million
Okay,
Godzillas.
but
let's start with 2015.
2015.
2015 and
Godzilla.
on.
Yeah, the one that's just Godzilla.
There's got it. I
Okay.
think there's another one.
2015. So there's not 2014 because there's one that came out in 2014.
What was it?
That was the number one. It was just called Godzilla.
That's the
That's the
Gareth
That
Edwards.
was from Warner Bros.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
Gareth Edwards
Okay.
one.
After that,
And then after that, we have 2016, which is called Shin Godzilla.
That's
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 something
Japanese.
else.
Yeah.
That is definitely Japanese because it's by Funimation.
Yeah.
After that, we have 2000, just straight. That's Godzilla 2000 Millennium.
Yeah, that's not.
That was made by Sony Pictures. Then after that, we have 2000. Oh, that was way old, right? Sorry, my bad. 2019. Wow, okay, so that's a big gap. Godzilla King of the Monster.
That was it.
Okay,
Warner
yeah,
Bros.
there it is.
Let's go.
Yeah, there was one there. You're right. All right, Mick wins.
And
Dang.
then after that, Godzilla vs. Kong.
Okay,
was
and
in
then
that
Kong
one?
Skull Island was in there.
Who were the dumb characters? Who were the dumb human
It was
characters in that
Billy
one?
Bobby Brown, right?
Oh,
Millie Bobby Brown?
Billy
Billy Bobby
Oh, she was in
Brown.
Yeah,
both of
she
these
was in the
last two.
first one, and yeah, she was in that first
Crazy.
one, and then because
And then
in that one they kill off Bryan Cranston in the first.
The
That's
first
the
one.
first
like
one.
Yeah.
5 minutes,
No.
bro. It's bull crap.
Was that
Dies in the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then he's related to somebody in that second one.
The second one has the handsome guy from the King Kong that Peter Jackson did, like the handsome like
guy?
actor guy. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, the guy from Friday Night Lights.
yeah. Okay.
the guy that
not-
remember the show.
Is he in
Yeah, he's the
Coach.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
He's
he
in
was
the
also.
second one?
Do you remember the show where he
he
would
dies
like?
in the second
remember when he would get the paper and he would see the things would happen beforehand.
Is this in
That's
King
Coach
Kong?
from
His-
Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, his paper would come in and he'd have it delivered and it would have like this thing that was the paper
my
from the next day, and he'd go and like save the person from falling out of
I
a tree.
sounds
did not know
familiar.
that. I didn't know that was that
Yeah.
same actor.
I don't know what that show
Really?
is, but I
Yeah,
remember
what show
watching
is
it as a
that?
kid,
That
and I was like,
sounds so
"That's,"
familiar.
and I always remembered that dude. I was like, "Hey, that's the guy from that show that I don't know what it's
that?
called," but he gets the paper delivered to his door, and he
Yeah,
reads
yes.
it, and it's like, "Oh, this hasn't happened yet," and he goes and like saves a guy from getting in a car accident, and it's like Quantum Leap without the
time travel
without the
body swap.
body swapping.
Kyle Chandler is.
Yeah,
there
he's
it
a
is.
Good, I like Kyle Chandler.
What's that show called though?
That's a
someone knows. Let us know in the comments. You know
It's
what
not
show we're
called
talking
Early Edition, is it?
about. That's probably it. I would assume it is.
1996 to 2000.
Yeah.
His name is Gary Hobson. He gets tomorrow's newspaper today.
Yeah.
That's a great hook. That's a great hook.
Go.
That's good.
Hey,
man.
I give that a blast.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, where did we end up? I think I'm
Early
the only.
Edition. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, and all that being said,
That's the guy. Does that guy look familiar to you?
That's Kyle Chandler, bro.
Dang.
yeah. With all that being said, I'm gonna give this a trash.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, dang. Crazy.
I'm the same way. It doesn't matter how much CGI there is. You said it. There's moments that you're like, that looks cool. But again, the human characters I don't care about. And there's this whole idea. It's like, let's make Godzilla and King Kong like humans and they're like the good guys and they have to fight a worse monster. I'm tired of seeing that. I want to see a bad Godzilla. Spoiler alert, that's what Godzilla Minus One is. It's like Godzilla's just bad and murders people. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see like, oh, he can speak to this child and the child can connect with it. It's like, no, that's not what I want to watch. I want to watch kaiju messing stuff up. So the CGI I also felt was like, when it gets too much, it's just overwhelming. It's like this whole thing is just like all the apes there and like the pterodactyls and I was like, I've seen all this before. So unless you get me invested on a storyline that's going to get me invested in the characters, it's just going to be another one of those like, meh. So I'm also giving this a trash. Corey, anything to add?
That insight you just said there. That's
Early Edition?
That was mind blowing and eye opening. No, that just triggered. I think I have a good anime recommendation for you down the road. If you're willing to try.
Hey, I went and watched Godzilla Minus One with subtitles.
He basically watched an anime.
It's an anime.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's all.
Wait,
in
did you
Japanese.
choose to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night, bro.
Went
You
last
were
night.
invited and you said,
You said no.
screw off.
I forgot it was in Japanese. I still wouldn't have won because it's trash. That's just not enough story. It's not engaging enough. You don't go there for a story, really. You go there for a sick kaiju giant monster fight. I'm good. So yeah, the trailer. I mean, it's that, right? It's just a bunch of crazy. It looked cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't deny that. But yeah, a lot of people were ripping it apart online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but yeah, not a huge blast for me. Probably
Okay.
just
a trash.
trash.
Okay.
You said it was a.
Trash.
Trash.
Was that Godzilla in the background?
Yeah.
Trash.
We've got one more that we're gonna go. GTA 6.
Oh.
We got the trailer for that. I'm gonna start with this one. I'm giving this a trash off the top.
Popular vote.
Off the top.
Yes. Good.
You got a trailer with women twerking on a car.
Absolutely.
I just got done playing Mario Wonder, turning with an elephant with my daughter.
Yeah.
And so I see this trailer,
bring it
women
up.
twerking
Yeah. On cars.
on cars, guns blazing.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this a trash.
Yeah,
I got
trash.
to.
Trash.
I've never played I've only played one GTA
That's
game.
right, you did.
And that was back in the day we had a demo
Of which one? 2?
of 2 where it was the overhead,
Top down?
right? Mm-hmm. And you'd go around.
That was sick.
And it was just a demo and you could only play like 10 minutes. And so all we did was like
Steal cars. Run people
You couldn't
over.
play any of the game. You do like a few things, get money and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only one I played. That was fun. I've never gotten into these other ones. So for me, not that interested
Yeah.
and highly inappropriate. Trash for me.
Trash.
I'm going to go home and play Mario Wonder. Wholesome. Turn into an
Does
elephant.
Mario not twerk as an elephant?
He does.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So I thought.
Turns into an elephant and
Yeah,
gets those flowers, throws water on those flowers.
I'd say in terms of a trailer, like that didn't do anything for me. I've never been interested in playing the, like the single player campaign stuff with GTA. I've only played the multiplayer, like, oh, let's all do races or, some type of fun multiplayer game thing. So that's all I'm probably really excited for when it comes to GTA. But in terms of the trailer, it was just a bunch of inappropriate. Kind of like why like
are the characters in the trailer like are they from other games or are these new?
I think they're new.
Everything's brand new.
Yeah.
This is a different city.
Because what was what's the like what's Carlito's Way? Wasn't that one of them?
What?
Wasn't that one of the GTA games?
Carlito's Way.
What's the one? Is
that a Mexican like knockoff version?
Carlito's Way is a gangster movie.
Okay.
There's San Andreas. There's
Vice City.
Yeah,
but there was one. Maybe it was an expansion that was about a character that. I don't know. Maybe guess I'm way off. Hey, I'm just trying to.
Abuela's dream.
you did good with early edition.
Whoa.
Just take the L on this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You probably just have you ever played any of the modern
No.
GTAs? Yeah.
I've just played the
Have you ever
top-down.
Yeah.
I've seen a ton of like guys playing like, when you're streaming and stuff like that, but
yeah. I think that the trailer is trash. But the game is going to be an ultra mega hit. You're not going to.
Well, how long has it been since the last one?
2013.
It's a lot of years.
So 10 years? Or no, wait.
And this game isn't coming out till 25 even.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's not coming to 25?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Which it's like I'm sorry, but I don't need a trailer that early, and this was barely even a trailer. Like
people need it. You don't.
I don't.
People do. This game is huge. You don't understand how big it is.
I understand how big it is.
It's giant. People are so stoked for this game, and people were thinking that it was going to come out next year. So they had to bring out a trailer to be able to say, "Hey guys,
Are people pissed
relax.
off about it?
Oh yeah, people are disappointed that it's like coming out in 2 years. Also, people
insane.
Also, people were hoping for like a little more evidence of how the game was going to work.
Right.
This is just a kind of little preview, not even a true story like trailer. It was like partially a little bit like, hey, we're going to work together. Like,
right.
Yeah.
That's it. It was barely a nibble.
It was like a little vignette or something. Like
It didn't actually, for me, it didn't feel finished. The trailer.
Yeah.
It felt like, Josh did mention before we started the podcast that it did get leaked.
So it was supposed to come out
before.
tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not going to change the trailer.
the frame weight of the twerking looked a little off.
The twerking.
The frame weight of the twerking looked a little off. It wasn't finished.
Yeah, they should have got Zack Snyder in there to slow it down.
Yeah, it's a slow-mo.
Yeah, he should have slow-moed everything. Oh, God.
So it doesn't come out till 25.
Yeah.
That's pretty nuts. It kind a little bit, not anywhere close to it, but it reminds me a little bit of the Suicide Squad when it was like, hey, here's a trailer for everyone. We were excited for, what's the new, is it a Superman game? Rocksteady? Is it another Arkham game? And it was like Suicide Squad. And it was like not coming out for 2 years. And then it got pushed back. So it just feels like when you give people something that they're excited for, and then you're like, let's just drop the date at the end, be like, 25. Yeah. It's like, what?
It's always it's like a double-edged sword because they're like, we have to let people know, like, hey, we're working on the game. We want to show you what we've been working on. But then also it's like, there's a massive game that we're working on and we want to make sure it's perfect. And then it's like 2025. And then who knows, that might get pushed again because that's just how it is making massive games like this.
People need to understand that Red Dead Redemption 2 was the last game they worked on. That game.
Yeah.
That was a huge game. And then they had this game is, I don't know exactly, but it's going to be bigger because GTA 5 is bigger on a grand scale of things. So it's like GTA 6 is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
So, and I will say, this was like more of a story trailer. This game, they sell it as a story game, but like Mick said, everyone plays it for its multiplayer aspects of it, where you get to go on missions together, you can go race, you can do whatever, you can go on heists, whatever. But it's a more social game than anything. Yeah. And so this is just a framework of a game that's going to be one of the biggest games of all time for the next 10 years. It's going to be a game that just lasts and just doesn't go away. GTA 5 was the number 2 most highest grossing game of all time, second to Minecraft, and right under that was Tetris. So we're talking about big gun game here. It's going to be crazy. So I think it's smart to at least temper expectations on the grand scale so people know, okay, Don't get too excited. 2 years.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, you know, people get impatient. So, but they get what they wait for. You know, if you wait long enough, you're going to get an amazing game. So I'd rather them take their time and release it with all these crazy features and reduce the amount of bugs. So, but yeah, trash trailer though, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
not what I want.
I'm in this. I don't really have an attachment to GTA. I never played the modern ones. And I think it is interesting that it is like people. I've never heard someone that's like, wow, the story for GTA 5 was amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hear people say, like, that's my favorite game to play because the story is so good. It's all because of, like, what you're saying, Mick, is like, we get to race and do crazy stuff with all my friends kind of a thing. Yeah. So it's interesting how, like, this was a story trailer.
Right.
But to get, I mean, but I understand they have to sell. Yeah. You have to sell the whatever the new story is. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was nothing exciting. Like,
it's also going to be a different game that maybe people our age or a little bit younger are used to for GTA, because this game is going to be more adjusted for the young people growing up. So they're going to have, you know, Florida Man and like all this like crazier stuff going on. I mean, you saw it in the trailers, but like it is an obnoxious game. It is crude. It's also like the ultimate like fantasy game, in my opinion. It's not in like the, you know, medieval sense, but like you can go steal a car, you can go rob a bank and like
dressed as an elf,
and you can twerk on a car, and that's going to be in the game, right?
It's fantasy.
You can do whatever. I mean, I guess you can do that right now if you want. But it's you know, it's a special game to a lot of people, and I think it's also, you know, you're kind of defined by the age at which you play games by that GTA. A lot of people are. Yeah. So, because some people say San Andreas is the best game ever.
Yeah.
Some people just love how the game's played and the story and stuff like that. So, we'll see. I mean, that's crazy. 2 years, but it's going to come faster than you think. But expect it to be $100. That's what I've been hearing. A lot of rumors of it being like $80+ to buy.
Wow.
It's going to be nuts.
Like just for like a base model.
Yeah. Wow. I guarantee you it's going to be like $80 to $100 just to buy the game.
Well, by 2025, every game's going to be $100.
I'll be making $100 an hour. Yeah, minimum.
Anyway, did you say it was trash too, Chew?
I said it was trash.
Oh, hit us with the trash.
Trash it up.
Trash.
Twerk.
That's going to do it for a trash or blast with our trailers. Let's go into some news. We got some news.
Dang, man.
We got the sounds today, guys. We got the sounds.
Love it.
Hopefully you adjust your ear holes.
I like that one.
What did you say?
Hopefully you adjust your ear holes.
I heard Opie yester ear holes.
There you go. Well, Opie yester ear holes.
You need to adjust your ear holes, bro.
Close enough.
So the first thing I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on, there was a little, I'm looking for it. Sorry, guys.
I'm looking for it.
What are you turning to DMX?
It's gonna give it to you. It's gonna give it to you. Yeah.
So we got Star Wars. Star Wars. I can't talk today.
You want me to
so
read
we
it?
got Star Wars Acolyte today.
Okay.
Just a little description from Lucasfilm. It says Star Wars.
Bruh.
Star Wars.
I mean, just run it, dude.
Star Wars
just
The Acolyte will
dude.
premiere on Disney Plus in 2024. So a year before GTA.
Yeah.
The series is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. A former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited for the show? I know there's a lot of people that are kind of going back and forth with it, like, oh, you know, complaining about certain things or the cast or some of the things that the actors said during Celebration. What are your guys' thoughts on this show? Is it something you're looking forward to? We're going into a lot of the Sith aspects. Some people are saying we're going to get, you know, Plagueis, all this other kind of stuff. What are your guys' expectations for this? And are you excited for this show?
I'm excited for it just because it seems like it's a place we haven't really delved that much into in terms of movies or shows. So it's something new. And I think that's important to keep doing with Star Wars because we've seen what it looks like when we just rehash or do the same stuff over and over again. So if we see more of that kind of older Republic stuff with Sith and hopefully Plagueis, I'm all for that. I think that's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Josh, Corey?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been excited for it just on the little information that we've had. We haven't had any trailers or any, we maybe seen some images, right? Just behind the scenes, but nothing official, which I would imagine we probably get a trailer soon. Hopefully.
Do we know when in 24?
It didn't say.
Yeah, they didn't say.
Has it been shot?
They've been filming for a while.
Yeah. And they
haven't wrapped. They're still doing it?
I don't know. I thought they were at least probably close to being done because they had a trailer for Celebration in the summer.
Okay.
And so they would have had enough I would imagine they would have had enough time to get pretty close to finishing before the strike.
Yeah, I just feel like they're working on several shows. Like we're gonna get Mando, new Mando season, Skeleton Crew, which I got some news on that too. But and then this show or the 3. I think Tales of the Jedi is coming out, but that's animation.
Yeah.
So
Bad Batch
and Bad Batch. So who knows? Summertime maybe.
Okay.
I would think.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Like the whole like mystery, almost like detective noir angle really intrigues me. So yeah, hopefully it's good. And yeah, we get to explore more of the dark side stuff, which we don't ever get to do. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Corey, what do you think?
If I'm gonna like a detective show, it's got to be themed after Star Wars. I gotta
or Pikachu.
I gotta have something else. Well, man, I didn't really like it. I need something else, man. Like, yeah, I think this is a good mix up. I wonder what it's gonna be like. Yeah, if they actually do Plagueis or something like that. Like, I don't know if they would do that. That sounds crazy. If they did that, that'd be cool. But I kind of want it to just be its own thing.
Yeah,
like that's really what I want it to be. Is just its own thing, live on its own, almost kind of like Andor to an aspect where it's like, do your own thing, just do it, see how it goes. If it's good, sick. Maybe we do a number 2 or something. And maybe you can tie in stuff later down the road, like reflecting on those times, like in the future. But just let it live, and hopefully it's cool. I mean, what do you have to lose? Okay, they don't continue it, whatever. Like, it's so far removed from the current stuff. It's like, let it run. And Dave Filoni's there, and I mean, they did all that stuff before Dave Filoni's in his position. But like, I don't know, like if it was so egregious, he would probably be like, "Yo, maybe we should adjust this." But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, chances of Yoda showing up in this series.
Ooh,
a younger Yoda, because this is that
Grogu
age Yoda. Baby.
Well, no, he's not that young, but he's
800 years young.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think a character like that will show up? He would be around.
I think he'll show up.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Because it's tail end, right, of the
High Republic. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is when he's kind of like the dude.
He's hitting his prime.
Yeah, I think you
That'd be pretty cool.
either see him or they mention him. Oh, hey, that's Yoda over there.
Yeah.
You see the back of his
my
head.
guy. Yeah.
It's my guy Yoda.
It's our guy Yoda over there.
Yeah, I think there's a...
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, another thing in Star Wars, Skeleton Crew is the other show. Jude Law's the star in that one. A rumor kind of talking about it, some descriptions of it are saying that it's really geared towards a younger audience. So this is more of a, even though it's a live action show, it's...
is it made for 12-year-olds?
It is. But they mentioned it's more like Goonies, Lost in Space, kind of like these kids get lost in
space
space in an unknown galaxy.
It's like that, guys.
But what are your thoughts on that? I think you have to differentiate shows in Star Wars to be different. Like you mentioned Andor. Andor's completely different than
Seriously, it's tough, man.
Ours are tough, bro.
You have a baby right now, bro?
It's completely different than Book of Boba Fett. So, you got... So if they do Skeleton Crew and they make it more for like a younger audience, I think that's totally cool. And I think it's something that needs to be done just to give variety to the shows. And I still think, like George Lucas has always said, like these are movies for 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
And you can still get stuff out of it as an adult. So I think that won't be hard, but I just think it will be more geared towards something maybe that I can watch with Maya. I'm not going to sit down and watch Andor with her, but this might be something that I can watch with her.
Yeah, you saying Goonies? I'm sold if it's that kind of feel, because that's definitely a kid's adventure, but as an older guy, I could still enjoy that and have fun with it. So, yeah, I think having stuff that's geared towards different groups of people, different ages and whatever, it's not a bad thing. Will it be for me? I don't know until it comes out, but I feel like there another Miss Marvel, the show.
Oh yeah.
That was more of a kind of a kids show. I never watched it, but it sounded like people enjoyed it who were, more geared for that. But yeah, I guess we'll just see when it comes out.
I think with them comparing it to the Goonies, that kind of actually gives me like a good outlook on them, because I actually never watched the Goonies when I was growing up. I wasn't allowed to for some reason, or maybe I just never got the chance to. I never watched it, but I watched it when I was a little older, and I still enjoyed it. So, I mean, people who know me, I'm maybe a little bit more not super mature, but
You're a child.
yeah, I'm a child at heart. So I think this could have good potential. So yeah, I'm encouraged by it.
Yeah, I think it sounds good. I mean, I watch cartoons. I watch kids' cartoons all the time. So I'm not one of those people that's like, "Oh, this needs to be for adults," You guys already said it. It makes sense. You gear shows for different demographics and hook them, and then when they grow up, that's how you
Big Jar Jar fans.
Exactly.
Yeah, once they grow up, then you can get Taika Waititi to freaking
ruin it.
Ruin it.
piss them off.
But yeah, I like the different angle.
Yeah.
And yeah,
sure.
they've that's all they've said is, it's like Goonies, like the Amblin type movies, E.T., that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it'll be cool. And they always throw in like little Easter eggs, for older fans that are like, oh, that's that person or whatever.
Like the Mortis gods.
Yeah. So, guys, what are the chances they talk about Mortis gods in that Scouting Crew? What do you guys think?
Where do they get lost? Maybe they get lost.
What's the chances of Anakin Skywalker saving them?
Yeah. There you go.
Hi.
Let's go to the next. So we'll move away from Star Wars. We'll go into Marvel. The Marvels is officially the lowest grossing Marvel movie ever.
Have any of us watched the movie?
No, we haven't. So
That's
if you're
why.
listening,
We watched
Godzilla Minus One instead.
That's right.
That's true. Actually.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
But out of all of that, Bob Iger, the head of Disney,
Bobbert,
said that one of the reasons it failed was because they needed to have more executives on set while they were filming.
I've never heard that.
Said that.
Now he said that, and that I read that, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like that's insanity to me. You want to put more people that have no idea about comic books or anything to just be like, hey, well, why don't she do this instead?
He wants more corporate suits and less creative.
That's exactly why Marvel's kind of and DC and all these other properties have gone down the drain, and the quality's gotten worse because people that had no business doing anything. It reminds me of when they did a Man of Steel. There's David Goyer said that they sent the script out, and that one of the notes back from one of the executives was, what happened to Krypton? How are we going to get Superman to go back to Krypton later in the second movie? And they were like, what are you talking about? Like, that was their whole thing. Like, we got to make sure that we still show that Krypton's around so that Superman can go back there. He's like, you don't have any clue about anything. So to me,
you're dumb, dude.
Exactly. You write checks. No, but anyways, what are you guys' thoughts on that? That is the reason the movie failed, is because they needed more executives on set while they were filming.
It's just such a lame excuse.
Yeah.
It really, and especially coming from him, it just seems like he's seeing how hard Marvel has been falling the past couple of years, and it just seems like he's grasping at straws to just throw out some reason why the movies aren't doing well. And now he's saying it because it's not enough executives on set.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's more reasons why that movie did not do well. I can't imagine it's because there weren't enough suits around. So.
Yeah, that's clearly the number one problem. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a stupid comment on his part. But as far as the Marvels go, I think there's a lot of people out there that are like, it's the whole like, I don't want to say culture war, but people are like, it sucks because there's girls in it, and then there's the other people that are like, well, it only failed because of the sexist men out there. And you're like, no, I don't think that's what happened. I think people are just kind of fed up and like it didn't look like. I don't know if the Miss Marvel's show did that great.
No,
I don't think it did.
And also, they put it up against Obi-Wan. They came out on the same nights, which I mean, it's on streaming, so you can rewatch it. But it just seems like from the get-go a weird strategy for Disney to cannibalize its audience. In that way. So I think there's a lot of other stuff going on besides that. Yeah, I honestly just the trailers didn't look that interesting.
Yeah, well, we do this segment on the show called Trash or Blast.
Yeah.
And so
which one's which?
You got to give us every single the Marvel's trailer didn't make me want to go watch the movie. Like there was nothing that I was like, "Oh, that looks cool. That looks interesting." So
the singing planet didn't intrigue you?
It was never something like if you want audiences to go watch a movie, you have to give them something like
you do the money shot. But
what I'm saying, like a perfect example, I watched. We went and watched Godzilla Minus One, and I liked the trailer. I thought the trailer looked really good, and I was like, "Wow, that looks cool," and I went and watched it. There are certain things that if you don't advertise to a point where people want to give something people what they want to watch, then you can't then be like, well, like you said, oh, it was sexist men didn't go. They did a poll about that, and they're like, the majority of people that went and watched the Marvels were men.
We're sexist men.
So we're men. So it's like, well, the big demographics, like a lot of women didn't go watch that movie.
No, 25% were women. Some other percent was guys.
Right. And so if you compare that even to the first Wonder Woman movie, the demographics was insane. Like there was like 60% of women went to watch the Wonder Woman movie. So I'm like, those are the aspects like you have to make people want to watch it. Like you can't just be like, these are women, so women are going to go watch this. It's like, no, you have to give them a reason to. If a trailer looks bland and it just seems like, what's the point of this movie? You have to get people excited to watch your film, and they didn't do that. So I think that's what's happening. And Marvel is on a downward trajectory. Not just Marvel, but I think DC too. Like superhero movies, people have seen so many that you have to be unique with your product for people to want to go watch it. The same thing's going to happen with Aquaman. People aren't going to go watch Aquaman because it just looks like more of the same.
We'll see.
But what do you think of the Bob Iger comments and any of this stuff?
I love Disney.
Check in the mail.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of bad things I heard about Bob Iger recently, so not a huge fan of him. And obviously people aren't a fan of his movies either lately. So, I mean, I don't know.
On you, Bob.
Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah, you guys said it all. You guys are so good at what you do.
Well, we're spot on the forecast.
Yeah.
I feel like I had one more thing. Oh, we wanted to talk about, I don't think we talked about Superman Legacy cast, some casting news that came out a couple weeks ago. But Nicholas Hoult has been cast to play Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy.
Mad Max Fury Road.
He's a war
That's
boy.
right, he is.
What a lovely night.
He's not someone that I would have picked to play Lex Luthor, but I would have picked Jesse Eisenberg, and I really thought Jesse Eisenberg was awesome.
Is he the best Lex Luthor?
Yo, absolutely.
No, this guy's got a...
Wait, which one?
What's his face?
Michael Rosenbaum.
No.
Dude, he's amazing.
No, Gene Hackman, obviously.
No.
Kevin Spacey, ever heard of him?
Oh, we don't talk about Kevin Spacey anymore.
Bleep that.
I don't know. Jesse Eisenberg is the best.
Who's the voice
But
actor
anyways.
who plays him in the animated show?
Clancy Brown.
Him.
Yancey Clancy.
Clancy Brown and from Lost.
Yes.
But what do you guys think of the casting for Lex Luthor?
I think he's a great actor. I think, like you, he wasn't even on my radar.
He was up for Batman, I think.
He's
Matt
been
Reeves
yeah.
Batman.
I've seen his name up for Batman. He was up for Superman.
Lone Ranger.
Supposedly Lone Ranger. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think he'll do great, though. I mean, he's, like I said, good actor.
He's a good actor.
So.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I would have never. I guess I wasn't really thinking about Lex Luthor casting. Vin Diesel, I think, would have been my number one pick.
Absolutely.
But Nicholas Hoult, as far as like yeah, he's a great actor. So I think he's a good enough actor that he'll make the part his own. But yeah, I think it'll be good.
I was thinking Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
You know in X-Men when he's the original Deadpool and he's got his shaved head?
Bald, yeah.
Yeah, he would have been a great Lex Luthor.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm looking at the casting list. Yeah, could be cool. It's gonna be the best Superman movie ever. I couldn't even say it.
Can't wait.
At this point, I don't even know if it's a Superman movie.
Oh,
There's so many Green Lanterns in it.
You're just
Hot
jealous,
girls
dude.
in it.
You're just jealous, dog.
Mr. Fantastic. What's the other guy?
Mr.
That's
Fantastic.
not
No,
what's the
Mr.
Mr. Fabuloso?
Nope, it's something like that though. He's right.
Yes,
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific.
Metamorpho.
The Authority is in it.
Metamorpho, dude.
Metamorpho. Like this is. I thought you needed to have a movie for each character to establish, right? That's what the whole problem was with BVS. People said, but now it's like no, throw them all in there. Cowards, hypocrites. Jonah's getting upset.
Was there other casting for that movie?
Jimmy Olsen was cast.
Oh,
Crypto's
he's the
in
dude
it
from
too.
Scrubs.
Come on.
Or not Scrubs. He's the guy from Psych. He's young Sean, the second one.
What really?
He's also in.
That's a good cast. Yeah.
He's also in. What's that one about the zombies? The show.
Oh yeah.
The Walking Dead.
No, it's a comedy.
Zombie.
It has the guy from
Zombie.
Drew Barrymore and
Timothy Oliphant.
yeah,
I don't know. That was
Santa Clarita Diet.
yeah.
That's not zombies.
She's the zombie. She eats people.
I thought they were just cannibals.
No, she eats people. She's a zombie.
That's what it can. What is happening?
Yeah, she's a zombie. They're zombies, but they eat Nazis.
He's in that?
Yeah, he's the
Oh, okay.
yeah.
He's
That's where I know him from because we used to watch that show.
He's also in Amazing Spider-Man. He was Gwen Stacy's little brother.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I prefer the Zack Snyder, Jimmy Olsen, CIA agent.
The one that
Blown
dies.
away.
Sealed. That's my kind of Jimmy Olsen.
Dude,
Fun
you're
fact,
crazy. CIA agent. He skipped the A, threw it into the agent. He's been saying
double A, like double A. You've been double A batteries.
You're crazy today. I love it.
Hey-o.
Keep it running.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about Superman Legacy? Any other comments on that?
Nah,
I can't wait.
it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, we'll
Hey,
see.
the actor
2025.
The actor looks like he's been putting on some weight.
GTA.
Yeah, he looks like he
Pumping
does.
some iron.
Is it really 2025?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
July 2025.
So
So
bad.
we got. I mean, it might not even get made,
Yeah, it
guys.
might not even
They
make
might
it.
sell it and be like, "Yeah, you were gonna do something else."
Yeah.
They're gonna do like what they did with Batgirl. Like, nah,
Yeah.
we're not really
Tax write-off.
Tax write-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That would be nuts. I don't have any other news. Do you guys have anything else? If not, I'm gonna go to we're gonna talk a little bit about the Godzilla Minus One.
I just hope they have enough executives on set when they do the Superman.
That's what would
Movie.
save that movie.
That's really crucial.
I hope they do.
James Gunn, if you're listening.
Zaslav, you better be on set there every day. So Josh and I went and watched Godzilla Minus One. We're not going to do any spoilers. We just want to kind of talk a little bit about it. I thought this movie was really good.
Don't point at me.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking straight into your eyeballs.
So I should have watched it.
You should have gone with me.
Really?
You should have gone. I was disappointed
Missed
that
out.
Well,
you
maybe
did.
you should have convinced me.
I threw you guys the trailer. We talked about the trailer a couple weeks ago. No, I thought this was really good.
about the subtitle thing.
So
Could have been a selling point.
I will say.
Go ahead. You're doing great.
Josh mentioned this earlier about not caring about the human characters in these Godzilla movies. They did a really good job with the human characters in this movie. I think what the American versions do, they try to make you feel like, oh, Godzilla's helping us out. Like
American versions?
Yeah, the ones that the recent ones, the WB ones that have come
Hollywood.
out, like Godzilla vs. Kong.
Okay.
These are from
This is made by a
Japanese company.
Japanese
Toho? Studio?
Sounds right.
I can't remember.
I think they're the ones.
Okay,
that
but this
usually-
is a Japanese made.
and it's for the 70th anniversary of
okay.
Godzilla. So what I really liked about this,
You should have reminded me of
Selling
these.
points,
This
you
is
know?
good. These are good selling points.
they did a really good job where Godzilla is just like, he's the villain. Like he's just killing people. That's just, there's no negotiating with him. There's no like, oh, this little girl can speak to him and he has a connection. No, it was like, how are we going to stop this thing from murdering all of us?
Yeah.
I mean, that's because that's what it originally was.
Yes.
Right.
And so there's, I think Disney and WB and other people need to take notes. This was like, I think it's $30 million budget. I don't really know what it was, but it was not very big, but it still looked really good. There are some spots that I was like, that looked a little off, but for the most part, looks really good. I thought the acting was really good, but again, they do a really cool thing where you feel for the character. They do some stuff with, the main character. The opening of the movie kind of shows what he's dealing with. It takes place during World War II, at the end of World War II. So there's that dynamic going on. He survives World War II. And so playing with his story, with Godzilla's story, it's really well done in that regards. And I was telling Josh when we left, I was like, I cared more about those characters than I have about any of the characters in the Godzilla movies or the King Kong movie. So I think it's worth watching. It looks great. It's entertaining. It has heart to it.
Okay, I'll watch it. Jeez,
And so I thought it was really good. I thought the music was good. And yeah, what do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I agree with you. It was really good. For the same reasons you already said, right? I think what they did a good job of establishing what the human character's struggle is and making you care about it. I think number one, it's not a 14-year-old kid running around that I'm supposed to care about. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing for the Hollywood movies. They're like, we need a reference point for the
little
kids.
kids,
And so we're going to have a kid running around these military bases. It's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Or like
Kid would've got
Transformers, where it's like, we need a hot chick.
Right.
Let's do it around that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
The cast of characters is really good. The main character is really good, and the cast around him, the dynamics between them are good. They're, I guess, like you could call banter and stuff is really good. It's also nice. I was telling Jonah this. I'm like, the fact that it's a Japanese movie makes it nice that you're seeing actors that you don't see in every single Hollywood movie. You know what I mean?
Watanabe was not in this?
He was not.
Wow, that's actually surprising.
I did think I saw it multiple times.
Don't say that out loud. You can think that. Just don't say
I was
it.
like, the guy walked in and I was like, no, it's not him.
It's not.
Boy, Watanabe.
But it's like,
Inception guy.
but it's like, like
Ra's al Ghul.
any movie that's like,
Last Samurai.
they're like, hey, dial him up. We need an
man.
Asian guy in the movie. We know who to get.
know.
And all the actors were really good.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was really good.
Doesn't it make a difference though that they're speaking in their native language and then you're reading subtitles?
Yeah.
Like the emotion translates better, right?
Well, there's a difference too. I think the acting in these type of movies is a little more. This is a bad word to a lot of people, but melodramatic. Their acting is a little more over the top, but I feel like it fits really well, and the emotion that comes through, like you can see the emotion. It's not like like Denzel Washington or Tom Hanks and stuff like that. It's a completely different style, but you get it, and it's moving, right? And so I think that's
was
kind
this
of
movie moving to you guys at all? Were there any emotional aspects in there?
Yes, it deals with I guess this is in the beginning of the movie, but he's a kamikaze pilot.
Okay.
And he doesn't want to do it. So he survives.
Crazy.
Because he's afraid to die.
Yeah.
And so that's he's now living with that guilt. Mm-hmm. And so it goes through that multiple, like when he goes back home and people find out like he was a kamikaze pilot, they're like, oh, you coward. And so that plays really good. And there's moments where he's dealing with all that kind of stuff. It works really well. And so you go to watch a movie that you're like, oh, I just want to see Godzilla wrecking things. And you're like, oh no, there's like, I'm invested in these characters. So it was really good. And
very interesting.
I think, like Josh said, I think Hollywood needs to take some notes on making genuine things. There's a word. I think there's a lot of times that we look at things as cheesy. And there's a difference between cheesy and heartfelt.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes the word cheesy gets thrown around even on heartfelt moments. And this has a lot of like genuine heartfelt things that I think some people might be like, oh, that was over the top. But to me, it really landed because it felt heartfelt. It wasn't cheesy. It was like, no, this is genuine emotion, how they played it out. So I thought it was really good. I think it's worth watching. Again, like I said, there's some moments that you're like, the budget wasn't very high, but I think for the 15 million,
that's crazy.
It looks great.
It does look really good.
Dude, other studios should do that. It's insane. You're spending $300 million to make a movie, and you're like, this looks really good.
They more than doubled their money on the first weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got like a 98 audience score and like a 97
crazy.
critic. So it's really good. I think it's worth watching. If you don't go to theaters, at least rent it or something.
Check it out. It's a good Godzilla movie. And like you said, it's Godzilla's the bad guy, which is nice.
Dude. That's cool.
Which is nice.
Hey, hold on. That's gone, guys. That stupid commercial is gone. It's gone.
Oh, thank goodness. You said, hey, you guys earlier, and that's the immediately what I thought
for you listening. Whenever we go to a movie at Regal here in Spokane, Washington,
shout out.
They have this dumb commercial before the movie where it's like they do all the like people are walking into the theater. You've heard it.
That's Regal.
It's Regal. And they do the which is nice. It's a satchel.
What is their stupid tagline? Where lines happen?
Yeah, or something like that.
Quotes happen.
Anyway, it's the worst commercial ever. We hate it every time. I throw my popcorn at the screen.
Had it for years. It's 2 years.
But it's gone. It's over.
Unless it was only because it was Japanese.
No, in that case, I'm going to have to go to just Japanese movies from now on.
They did another Regal commercial at the beginning, so I think,
I think it's done.
But I did tell Jonah, I was like, they didn't do the commercial.
Nice.
And then we waited, and then...
Did it get replaced by something else?
They do like a Regal Unlimited thing at the beginning, but it's just like most like visually.
Yeah, that was the worst commercial ever.
Thank goodness.
Dang it, you guys are making. I should have went with you.
We had the time of our lives, dude.
The fact that you said, where you're like, I wish that maybe United States filmmaking would maybe take some notes for them.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with you. Just from what I see in animes and anime films and stuff like that, because the storytelling is really high quality. There's some amazing, heartfelt, really beautiful stories out there. And it's cool that you got to see something in live action that actually translates that heart that comes out of Japan. And so that's so cool.
Yeah, I think you'd like it.
Oh, I'm sure I would. Now, the way you guys described it, I'm like, oh, it's not just like Godzilla and just like cuddling, and
I did like, he looks chunky. He got some thick thighs. He's like old school, Japanese Godzilla.
Yeah, he used to be real bottom heavy. Yeah.
Looks just like it.
He was like a pyramid.
Honky tonk.
And his blast when he do the roar.
Yeah, the plasma blast.
Yeah,
that's pretty sick.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome. So, hey, can we get a rating out of you guys?
9.2.
Wow, that is high.
Wow.
Blast it! I know.
Oh, what a blast!
No, that's me. I'm getting shot off a cliff. That's crazy.
I have no real complaints about it.
I love that.
I felt at some point it did feel like it went a little longer, but I was engaged.
How long was the movie?
It's 2 hours and
2
something.
hours and a little change.
2 hours and 20,
What about
I
you,
want to say.
Josh?
It said 2 hours 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
off
okay.
by 15 minutes. See?
Does it break 9 or no?
2 hours 4.
No.
Okay.
It's like a
8s.
it's like an 8.
I thought you were going to go
Last.
6.
I thought you were going to say
I was
6
gonna
too.
say
It's a high 7, 8.
Okay. I mean, that's still really good.
It is good. There were just like minor nitpicks that I had. But yeah, overall, like a really good.
Could you break down, not with any spoilers, but what were some of the things that kind of took you out of the 9, brought you down to 8?
I did drag a little bit, and there was one moment that I was like, I don't know about the logistics about that. That wasn't really buying in.
Okay, so some lack of buying in.
Other than that, I mean,
It's a giant lizard monster.
I know that's what I'm saying. I didn't say it was
Certain
a fair
logistics I'm
assessment.
not buying in.
Okay.
But
You
yeah,
think he's
Wait a
being
minute.
Johnny?
Wait a second.
Hold up.
Wait, so Johnny,
Nah.
you think he's being a little unfair?
Do
you know what he's
I would
talking
say
about?
so. I don't know what he's talking about, but I would I'm looking over and I'm like, yeah, there's some things that are unrealistic,
Okay, well, we don't want
but
to
I'm
spoil
like,
anything. Okay.
I mean, the whole movie's unrealistic.
Okay. Yeah, right. True.
but I mean, at that point, then you can say that about any movie, like any superhero movie. You can never say I didn't buy into that because you're like, there's a superhero there, so
Yeah,
that can't be your
for
argument.
me, like if it's if it's about the planning and stuff like that, that was like, well, they're in the 1940s. Like, there's not really technology. Like, they're doing their best. Like, that kind of stuff.
This was just a very simple,
Okay.
no technology involved. Logistically, I was just like,
Okay.
interesting.
And there had to have been other things.
Dropped it down 2
That
points.
was like,
I know.
Logistics.
What was there? Was
Negative
some
2.
visual stuff maybe not up to par, and that kind of took you out of the story or something like that?
no, it just in general, like, yeah, it was a solid 8. It wasn't like,
Okay. Enough said.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's sad. I really enjoyed it.
Cool. I mean, 8's still really good.
Yeah.
Let it be known.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good Godzilla movie.
Is it your favorite?
Was it one of the best? Yeah. Let's maybe another podcast. We'll be
Ranking
ranking
that's
every
probably my favorite one I've
Godzilla
seen.
movie.
Is it better than the Matthew Broderick one?
No. That one's gold.
Nothing.
See, that one's a sweet spot for me because I watched it when I was a kid.
Nothing's better than Ferris Bueller.
I love that
Run it
movie.
back.
And remember, Taco Bell commercials with
They
the
were
Chihuahua
amazing.
dog. Back then, that's when the gorditas hit for the first time. Those were, and they had the Godzilla cups. Ooh.
They got the Godzilla cup.
Yeah. What's the name of that show? Daily Planet, Daily Mail?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
The show with the newspaper. Throwbacks, yo.
Early edition.
Early
I
edition.
thought it was first edition. Early edition.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
great. Wow.
Check out
That's really
Godzilla
good.
Minus
That's awesome.
One. Great movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
High praise.
That's going to do it for this week's episode of the Nerd Age Podcast. Make sure you check out our YouTube page. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're Facebook. We're everywhere. We'll be back next week with more of the Nerd Age Podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you.
Bye.